In this video tutorial, what I want to do is go over the steps that you're going to be following in order to obtain a property profile for your the residential property you're going to be using for your class project. And the reason why you want to know how to do this is so that later on in your career, when you become a real estate agent and you're going out to meet your potential client to list their property for sale, you've got to do research. You've got to know how much the property should sell for. You want to know who actually owns it, when they bought it, maybe when they refinanced it. So this is a place that you can start doing your research, and you're going to be doing this and showing the class your report as part of your overall project. Now, what I've done in Desire to Learn is that I've created a news item that's down below the first news item. And what it does is it provides information to log on and get this property profile, if you will. So what's important, the most important thing is down below, and I'm not going to show everybody, you should see this now where it says username and passwords. If I kept scrolling, you'd see a list of 5 usernames, I think it is, and 5 passwords, or the passwords are the same. The most important thing is that what you do is when you go in and pull, you want to write down a username, write down a password, then go ahead and go in and follow along then in the video tutorial or in the process that I'm showing you to obtain your property profile report. So step 1 is to get that information. Next thing is you're going to go over here to where it says content. You've got to select on content. And you're going to scroll down here where it says Property Profile Report. And what you see here, this is just a link to the video you're watching now, but this is the one that takes you to the PlacerTitle Online Property Profile Report. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And you may get this message that opens up that says Show All Content. And what you're going to do is this is essentially just telling you that you're going to obtain this report, and then when you get all done, you're going to save this as an Adobe Acrobat PDF file, and you should be saving this to your computer, saving it on your thumb drive, saving it someplace that you have access to it. Now the next thing is you'll click on this link right here and it will take you to the website. And remember, you're going to put in the username, which is PTC, in this case the first one, 1123594, and then of course the password. And I'm going to go ahead and click login. And you should now see this opening screen right here, that this is just a service provided by PlacerTitle Company, and then these are the various kinds of reports. Now, at this point, you can look around this screen and scroll up and down and just get familiar with the information that happens to be here. But the most important thing that I want you to do first is just click on this little button over here, or roll over the top here, and then just create a profile. So I'm going to go ahead and create a profile. And what's going to happen is once the screen opens up, you're going to see some information here that you need to fill out. Now, what this is that you're really, I'm not sure exactly how to, relay this exactly to you, but this is what you're really doing is you're building a question. You're asking a question of the system. So the more specific you are about the question, the more exact it's going to be. Also, it's a higher possibility that you could maybe miss the property altogether. So bear with me for a minute and I'll show you. Underneath here, this is where if I just had the address of the property, if I had the address, the city, the state, the zip code. Now, the more information you put in here, you'll see that you don't necessarily have to put everything in here. You could put in just a street address and then put a zip code in. Or you could but if you did that, you would get all the streets that were in that zip code that had the same name. So if I put Main Street, and let's say there was 2 Main Streets, you'd get the information about both of those. Or say, for example, city, if I said, 123 Wentworth Road and I just put Sacramento, what I would end up getting is all the Wentworth roads. Same thing if I put the state. So what you want to do is be as specific as you possibly can. But realize that the more specific you are, the more possibility that you might put something in that might be an error. For example, if you put in, for example, 1234 Terracina Drive in El Dorado Hills, and there was no 1234 Terracina Drive in El Dorado Hills, so just say, I can't find the record. So anyway, you'll get used to doing this when you work with it. So you can look by address. You can look by what we call map. And you can go through and take a look at that. It's not the best way that I would recommend in the beginning. You can look by owner. So you could look for an owner and find all the property that they own in a certain area, say in a certain county or a certain city. You can look by assessor's parcel number, which is the tax number for the property. Or there's also an advanced section here. So I'm going to go back to address. And I'm just going to put in an address for a property that I own, which is 2795 Wentworth, Wentworth Road. And that happens to be located in a place called Cameron Park. Another thing where I see people make mistakes is spelling. If you misspell this, say the word park, you're going to end up getting an error. So what you want to do is make sure your spelling is correct. And in this case, I happen to know that it's in California. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead then and say search. And when I click search, it's going to go through and it's going to look for that property. And you'll now notice that it has found the property. It says who owns the property. It gives me the assessor's parcel number. It tells me that this was the customer. This is a special account for City College, Sacramento City College. This is our sales rep here for PlacerTitle. That the property is located in El Dorado County and the date it was prepared on. And what we're going to do is pull a report. We could either choose English or Spanish. And then when we produce the report, we can go ahead and customize certain things in here. But what I'm going to do in the beginning is I'm just going to go ahead and check everything on here. And then what I'm going to do is just go through and produce the report. And I'll show you what it looks like here. I'm going to go up here and I'm just going to say submit. So I'm submitting, kind of like submitting my, if you will, submitting my questions. Or I can click submit here. And what's going to happen is I'm going to get this report. And you're going to see over here where it starts to say like a certain percentage complete. It says 14%. What's happening right now is that the system is going out and it's going to a database and it's pulling all this information out and then it's putting it all together in a report. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say I want to view the report, and I can either view it, I can email it, or I can print it. So I'm going to go ahead and view it. And it's telling me that this again is virus protection, so I'm going to go ahead and say allow once, or I can allow all the time. And you should see here in a minute, let me see, I'm just going to say always allow, and I have to go back in again and view the report. Okay, and it should come up here in a minute. Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this report out so we can see it on the screen like this. So it fits my screen so you can see it. I'm going to pull it down a little bit here. And I'm just going to basically go through some of the information that's here. So in the beginning it just shows this is what we call the subject property. These are the people that own it, which is my wife and myself. This shows the mailing address where the tax bill goes to, which is different than the property itself. It shows how we hold title. This is joint tenants. I'm going to go down here, and this is the legal description. This is the lot number. This is the county it's located in, the census tract, the assessor's parcel number, the school district. I go down here, it shows when the property, the last recorded sale was in January 31st, 1979. It tells me the document that was utilized, the sales price, that it was computed on the full value, meaning it wasn't assumed. It was actually, we got brand new financing. This shows a prior sale. In other words, it was sold in 1978. Going down below here, it gives me the property characteristics. It shows me that it's a 1,702 square feet. The living area, total bedrooms, total bathrooms are right here. The year that it was built, the number of stories, that it has a garage, the condition. This is just a general thing that they put in when they built the house. This just shows the land use, which is single family. This means single family residence. Type of water that it has is public water, so it doesn't have a well. Same thing with the sewer, it has public service. So up in El Dorado County, there's in certain areas there's places where people have well water and have their own septic tank. This doesn't have that. This is connected directly to the system. This shows that the zoning is R1, that it's the lot size, and then this is a code for state use. Go down from here, and I'm going to click off of here. All right, this shows currently right now what the total value is, the year that it was assessed, the property taxes that it paid, the land value. So you see here, like for example, land value and improvement value. Land value is the basic land. Improvement value is what it's assessed for the actual structure itself. And then the total assessed value. Okay, and then we're going to scroll down here. And just to give you an idea, these are summary of comparable properties that are located in the area. And this is just raw data. In many cases, you may find out that you actually need to go out, take a look at the properties that are surrounding the area, and find out if that's true. So these are sales comparables. They're showing the year of the sales, which this is sort of older data. This gives me an assessor's parcel map of where the property is actually located. So we can go down here. I'm just trying to see right now. Let me see. This is the trying to read upside down. So the property is located right around in here. And this is Wentworth Road right here. Okay, so we would utilize the assessor's parcel number to find it. This just shows the mortgage details of, in other words, that there were mortgages and when it was refinanced. And this just shows, the years. And then this shows the mortgage amount, shows the mortgage document number, what kind of a document it was, what kind of financing it was, who the lender was. Okay. This just gives me some more information about neighbors and the properties and what they sold for. And again, this is just the properties are located around in the area. You can see the year that it was built, the sales date in this case. So just go down here. Some of these people have owned the properties for a longer period of time. Right. And I'm just going to continue to scroll down here. And then when you get all the way down near the bottom, you just have a disclaimer. Anyway, what I want you to do is watch what I'm doing here in this video tutorial. Then I want you to go in and log in and pull the report for your particular property is what I want you to do. And one thing that I want to point out to you is that once you create this report, once you've created it, you can actually go back in there and you can close it. And if you decided that later on and you wanted to go back into it again, you could also go ahead and do things like email it to yourself. You could print it. If you wanted to print it, you would pull this box up right here, and you could go ahead and print the file out, and it shows you what printer it's going to go to. And you can also go back here and you can email yourself a copy of this. So if I go ahead and just email a copy, I can put down who it goes to. Just put and just go ahead and scroll down here and just say submit. And what I will do is I will get a report here, and I'll just pull this report up here really quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and place it in here. And I pull it up. And there is my report right in front of me. And the nice thing about this is notice that when I emailed it to myself, I emailed an Adobe Acrobat PDF copy. So I can actually go ahead and save this file now to my thumb drive, to my computer, to wherever I want. So I just right click on it, say Save Target As, and then I go ahead and put it wherever it is that I would want to put it on my computer. And then in future tutorials I'll be showing you how you go ahead and actually upload this to Google Docs. Thanks for watching.